Hello and welcome to Princess Abia's TV. If you haven't subscribed, this is the time to click that button. And don't forget to like, comment, and share. And this is a channel where I bring you authentic stories, real life stories, and some fictions, but mostly real life stories. Today's story is titled Today's story is titled Blind and Vulnerable. It was a very gloomy morning, but this carer had to leave home to see her client. It's something she's been doing for about a year. She goes to see this particular client who is blind, but a very beautiful soul. So that morning, she left as usual, got to the front door. The moment she walked in, she noticed something was off. There was a very strong smell. A smell she could not understand why that smell that morning. She walked into the room to wake the client up. "Good morning," she said. And the client responded. Now the client and the carer have formed this beautiful relationship. It wasn't just a client and a carer. It was like a mother and daughter relationship. They discuss everything and laugh over everything. So they both look forward to seeing each other every morning. And she asked her how her night was. And she went, "It was raining last night. There was so much noise," she said. And the carer, who lives not far from the client, thought, "Rain?" And she said, "I cannot remember it raining last night. And it don't look like it rained either." And the client well, it rained here. I heard the sound. It was very busy here last night." The carer just brushed it off, and she took her out of bed to give her a wash. Now, whilst they're having this wash, she asked her again, "What was it that you like about last night that you think it was raining?" She goes, "Well, it did rain, and the sound was very calming." And the carer thought she must be dreaming. You know, sometimes you dream and you think is real, but that smell was still there, very strong. And then they walked into the lounge. The carer noticed that things were in different places. The whole place looked scattered. You just know that someone has been in that flat. And the carer asked again, "Did someone come in here this morning? Because things are all over the floor." And the client went, "No one had been since you left last night." And the carer at this point was worried. This is a blind and now vulnerable client. And she picked up the things off the floor, and the client wanted her to get her something from the shop. So she has a drawer where she leaves some money. And she asked the carer, "Can you open the drawer and get me £20? I want you to get me something from the shop." The carer opened the drawer and there was no money. There was no wallet and there was no money. And the carer said, "There's nothing there. There's no money." And the client went, "No, there must be. I left a lot of money there." Now the carer is worried. Also, there's a trinket that the client always puts on her neck each time she's given a wash in the morning. And that trinket isn't there. So now I was worried for my clients. Worried to know that someone has come into that flat and they've picked up the trinket, they've picked up her money. Now no one knows what else has been taken. The carer had to call the police to look into this because now the client is scared because she cannot see and she's alone in that flat, and someone possibly close to her or maybe a stranger is coming in there to take things. What will they not do to her? No one knows. The police came and they started checking, and with all the investigation they found out the culprit was actually the cleaner. The cleaner had showed up that morning before the carer showed up to ransack the whole place and stole from a blind, vulnerable, elderly woman. Now the client is so scared of being in that home alone 24 hours a day, every day, because she cannot see and she wouldn't take the risk of getting out of her chair or going outside the home. And the only people, the visitors that come in to keep her company, to help her out, are the same people that are stealing from her. The client was reassured by the carer not to think so much about it, that at least they've known who the culprit is. But she was still worried. She was worried because she don't know what might happen next. She looked at the carer. How long have I got to be in this world? I am blind, and now I'm also vulnerable. Vulnerable to those that are meant to protect and look after me. They're the same one destroying me. That night, the client slept and never woke up because of the worries.